Welcome,
Take
welcome
it from
everybody.
here, Francisco.
Thank you, thank you. Welcome. As I live and breathe, I see some familiar faces. Rich Enderlin, long time no speak.
How
Welcome,
are you,
welcome,
Francisco, my man? You look great.
welcome, welcome. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for being here. Happy New Year. Wanted to we'll get started here, ladies and gentlemen. We want to start on time. We are here at 9:01. So we have a jam-packed full broker forum today for everybody. For many of you who haven't been on here, the broker forum is our monthly gathering where we're able to share about our listings and needs and wants. And again, this is our CCIM Greater Los Angeles chapter's endeavor to connect with our community and for us to be able to talk about deals and by the end of the day, do deals together as a community. So again, welcome. And DJ, can you click on that slide?
Little housekeeping. Everybody mute yourself until you're ready to ask a question or your time to present. So please mute yourself now.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Perfect, perfect. As you well know, we have the wonderful Jeff Albee who's here, who's our moderator. You have myself as well. We're here. We're past presidents with CCIM Greater Los Angeles, and we're here to serve our community. So thank you very much for that slide. Keep going. And to kind of start off, for many of you who started the new year as our sponsors, this has been our largest, I would say, sponsor drive we've ever had, I think, as a chapter. Right, Jeff? I think we've had several brand new sponsors, and we'll go through them here quickly. A shout out, thank you to CoStar Group for continuing their support with CCIM Greater Los Angeles as a platinum sponsor. Next slide. We have new gold sponsors. So for those of you who are new to the scene, we have Restorez Emergency Services. We also have Bank of America. And we also, for those of you who don't know, RPM Commercial, Danny Raffle, our treasurer, and we want to thank him for his continued support as well. So welcome to our new gold sponsors for 2024. And the great thing about our silver sponsorship is I think we have a couple pages for these. So we have had a significant increase in silver sponsors. And again, members like yourselves and board members and committee members coming together to support our chapter. We want to acknowledge them as well. We'll continue. Thank you. Thank you again to our silver sponsors. Last but not least, bronze sponsors. We do have new bronze sponsors as well. So again, we also included a new classification for those of you who love our precious metals, especially in our current economy. We actually wanted to add another layer where we have copper and bronze sponsors. So again, we have your brands up here, and we create an environment where a lot of people can participate in our chapter and sponsor in their capacity, and not only that, still be able to get their brand out there. So thank you again to our bronze and copper sponsors. All right. So today is for those of you who are new to the broker forum, we do have a sponsor highlight. We give our sponsors, and I have Zachary. Zachary, are you on the line?
I didn't unmute there. Yes, I am.
Welcome, Zachary. And now we have Zachary, who's going to take a few minutes, share more about what you do, what you've been doing for the past, who knows how many years. We would love to learn more about you, what you do, and how can we help do more business with your company.
Absolutely. So our company, Restores Emergency Services, we center around water, fire restoration, mold as well. We also do pack outs, pack backs, things of that nature for water, fire loss. Myself, I've been in the industry, it'll be 14 years this year. In one capacity or another, I've worked for multiple insurance carriers. I've worked for vendors over the years, just to name a few: AAA, Chubb, ACE, Private Client Group, the Hartford, USAA. I've worked with But what our company does is, and being my first meeting here, I'm wondering how all of this will fit in. But for any of you fine gentlemen and ladies that have water fire loss, or if you're managing a property that has a water fire loss, I like to say if it's wet, give me a call. But I think that really sums up our services in a nutshell. Any
So
questions?
yeah, I'd love to kind of get more clarity. So right now,
Sure.
if you bring up to mind a case study, a commercial property, but if you want to pull up either multifamily, industrial, retail, what was a last recent situation that you took care of?
We are currently setting up to do 4 stories of a hotel, and so it's we do big and small. We do everything from a single family dwelling up
Mhm.
to multiple floors of a skyscraper. So I think
Got it.
it's a double tree or something of that nature. I'd have to look at my notes.
You don't have to disclose who they are, but if you
Hell,
could just kind of give us the story, like what happened, what would be something that, the big situation should we be ready to call you after the rainy season, or when should we call you?
well, you'll probably be calling me during the raining season, if we're being honest, because not all roofs got replaced this past summer. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, if a sprinkler bursts and multiple floors are
Okay.
affected, give us a call. If it's a roof leak in the corner of your front room, give us a call. Big or
Mhm.
small, there's no damage we can't manage.
There you go. Well, excellent, Zach. We really appreciate you coming online here and sharing more about what you do. And yeah, you have his contact information, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen. And Zach, is there any lasting words that you want to leave us with? Any words of wisdom or anything you want us to know before we jump on to the next listing?
Don't wait for mold to set in. Call me.
Will do, sir. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll continue the next slide. And thank you, Zach, again. And thank you,
Thank you.
Restores, for supporting our chapter. Excellent. So a little housekeeping too for our broker forums. As you all well know, we actually have several new listings today, and we're going to be, as our broker forum has grown over the past couple years, we probably had over 50 listings that came in request. And right now we're trying to be very efficient with our listing presentations. So if at possible, we're going to try something today where if we can do between 30 seconds into a minute per listing, and I know some individuals have more than one listing, so we're really going to I'm going to put a clock here, and we're going to try to see if we can leverage some AI tools here in another session where we can have a nice interactive timer here. But happy to be the bell for today, but let's get started and let's have our first presenter.
Francisco, let me jump in here. Everybody can read those slides. So Craig is starting off. Tell us what's not on the slide. Craig, tell us what is the motivation and what is the opportunity for these brokers, investors on the call? Because we can read the slides, no problem. We're smart.
Go ahead, Craig.
Okay, I'll read the slide for Craig.
And Craig, you're just on mute, Craig. All right. Well, Craig
He
might be
was
having.
there.
Yeah, he was just here. Yeah.
He was just telling me he turns 70 next week or about to turn 70. So he's probably having, like me, some technology issues.
Yeah.
Let's go on to there he is.
There
I'm
he
here.
is.
Sorry, I forgot I was in mute mode. I got my license in 78. That's almost 50 years. But anyways, this fourplex in Oxnard is very similar to a sister property that we just are about to close Friday for 1,432,800. You see the unit mix there. It's the same unit mix. They have HOA there, which some people don't like, but its biggest draw or competitive advantage is the fact that second highlight there, that the income is in this case 100,440 per year. The average fourplex in Oxnard is running between 70 and 80,000 a year. So you're talking 20,000 plus or 20% higher. And Oxnard adopted our rent stabilization ordinance in summer of 2022, which limits annual rent increases to 4%. So mathematically, this property rocks because you want to start off with a higher base, you know, when you're talking 4% bumps. So that's where it's going. It is higher than most of the comps, but on the other hand, like I say, it's got 20,000 more. And in fact, we
Perfect,
are
Craig.
close.
Got 10 seconds on the timer here for you. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, we're going to be closing at 1,432,800 this Friday on a sister property.
Perfect, perfect. Well, thank you, Craig. If anybody's having any questions? No questions. All right. Take it on to the next one, Craig. Go for it.
Yeah, this one is a prime looking property. The seller went through it last year or 2022. Inside and out, looks really prime to tenants and investors, as you can see. We're getting really strong rents. They're all 3-bedroom, 1-bath units, and their last one they put in November was $2,550 a month, which, you know, is fairly strong in Santa Paula. I don't know, it's got a 5% cap, 12.5 gross rent multiplier, and that's its highlights, I guess.
You have Mr. Burnson who just asked how many units are on here.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's 8. It's not on there. Yeah, it should be on there. It's an 8 unit. They're all 3-bedroom, 1-bath units, and they're all renovated inside and out. And they're like separate cottages, which tenants and investors like.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Craig. I think you're right there on the presentation timer. And does anyone else have any other questions?
Mindful of that timing.
Yeah, I know it goes by quick these minutes, man. So any other questions? If not, we're gonna move on to the next slide. Go for it.
As a matter of fact, if you have questions, we would like you to put them in the chat, and then the moderators will take the questions. We're not going to have time for a bunch of questions here. We've got to try to squeeze in too many, in fact, in a good way, a lot of listings. So let's go on to the next one.
So real quick, JB or your DJ, are you guys ready to go? Because I want to make sure we're on the right one. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, Mr. Leo.
Okay, how are you, everybody? So this is a listing located in Inland Empire, next to Ontario. It's in a logistic hub. Okay, so this is location. This deal just dropped $1 million. Price to sell. The seller is very motivated. The reason for sale is they do need the money for another development project. So the seller, of course, is a developer. Seller may consider to carry with like a 40% down payment for senior loan. Interest rate you may offer like 6%. So this is ideal for investment or 1031 exchange oblig. yeah, I think this is information here.
Oh, perfect, perfect. If you can send me the OM, we'd love to learn more about the uses. What other type of uses? So is M4, you said light manufacturing. Can you, is cold storage potential here, or can you share a little more about that?
Yeah, potentially for cold storage, but currently they do have a two tenant, the existing two tenant. They still have 2 years lease left. So I would say most likely it's an investment, yeah, deal.
Got it. Well, there we go. We hit our timer. And Leo, thank you so much for joining us today. I think this is your first one.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Linda, we have a repeat attendee
Yes.
or presenter. Thank you. Happy New Year. Welcome, and tell us more about your listing here in Azusa.
Great, thank you, and I appreciate you having me. I just reduced the price on this by 50,000, so that's an important note. It does include the real estate, business, and equipment. The owner is motivated to sell. It is an automotive property. However, the zoning also allows industrial. It's located on a highly trafficked signalized intersection. It has a nice fenced yard. It's in excellent condition. It was remodeled about 3 years ago. So if you have automotive or industrial clients looking for a property that's ready to go, great location in Azusa, industrial zoning, please contact me. And again, the owner is motivated. So that is that one.
Perfect. Quick question on that one. In the business, do you have any, what are the business revenues on that? What's the annual sales?
Yeah, I have those. They vary year by year. If anyone's interested, I can email them those. I have those via email, but I can provide that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. No comment.
All right.
Go
So
ahead.
this next one is a large building, almost 30,000 square feet. It's located in Old Town Monrovia. Great location, right across from Library Park. It has a huge public parking lot adjacent. If anyone knows Old Town Monrovia, great walkability here. The good thing about this property is the zoning. It has very flexible PD5 zoning, which allows retail, medical, office, flex uses. It even allows accessory uses like, school type uses and things like that. So if you have any users looking to purchase, this is an excellent building. It has a very flexible layout. Right now it's kind of built out as offices, but it could be, completely opened up if you have someone who has, a different type use and needs an open layout. That's no problem. It has more than half the building available for an owner user. And so, great to utilize an SBA loan.
Perfect. Right on time. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you're doing great. Thank you. Go ahead.
All right. My last one here is a church I have in Monrovia. The price is $950, but there's flexibility here. The biggest issue on this one has been church financing. However, I do have a few good church financiers. If you have anyone interested who has that type of use, if it's not a church, it reverts to multifamily zoning. So we'd have to then move to multifamily, which is also a great opportunity there. The city of Monrovia zoned this for medium density, so could be a good opportunity here to convert this. And then if I have like 2 seconds, I have a new listing in Rancho. If anyone's interested, it's 10,598 square foot industrial building. I just listed it yesterday. If you want more details on that, I'll put my information in the chat.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Linda. We'll send you a chat. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Rose. Mrs. O'Sullivan. I think are you here on the line? I think she is.
Oh, so sorry. I was muted. So sorry.
Oh, there you go. No
All
worries.
right.
Welcome.
Hi there. Thank you guys so much for having me today. So this is a listing that I have in Canoga Park. It is a owner user office and retail building. We did reduce the price, and right now it is really a good fit for somebody who wants to come in and occupy any portion of it. It does qualify for SBA. We have 83% occupancy, but it's all month-to-month leases. It also has some great potential for somebody who might want to turn it into transitional housing. This area is kind of the portion of the city where they allow you to go transitional housing by right, and it's built out in a lot of small office uses. So I've been told that could be a really good fit. It does also work really well for somebody who wants to develop. It's a tier 3 TOC in an opportunity zone. So lots of great value there.
Perfect. Anybody has any questions? And thank you, Rose. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Perfect. Go on to the next one. Mr. Sherman. From
Good morning,
Eric.
Francisco. Thanks for having me. You know, just looking at this roster before I start, or attendees, seeing Jeff Albee, Rich Enderlin, and Leo on the same call is giving me Sperry flashbacks. And Dean Trowbridge, the last time I saw him was at Bistango with Jim Huang. So I got just this warm, fuzzy feeling when I got on this call today. This property here is not even my listing. It's my nephew's listing. He works here, but you could call me or you could call him. His name's Zachary. My information's on there, so call me or email. I mean, this is for someone, and I'm hoping one of you has such a someone who would like to develop a small multifamily property. If you look at the top left of the screen, that was Bill's Market for like 50 years. And the house to the right of that is where the owners lived and still live. They closed Bill's Market and they still live in the house. But they're going to move to the East Valley. You can knock all of that down and build probably 15, 20 units without any difficulty, maybe a few more units if you have a good zoning attorney. It's also right on light rail, which is also known as Apache Boulevard. We've closed 10 or 12 deals on light rail successfully, most of which are all multifamily or student housing right now. So there we are, including that intro at 1:05.
Thank you so much.
Oh, by the way, I'll also add, since Jeff did say what's not on the slide, I think that's important. These people would love to have all the cash so they can buy a house in the East Valley and live off the rest of the money. But two things you need to know here. One, there's room in this price. And if we can get you down to the low 30s a foot, you're below what everything else has been selling for on light rail. And also, they own it free and clear, and there's a possibility they would do some short-term financing. They're not going to subordinate to a construction loan, but some short-term financing might help. Now we're at 1,042,000.
No problem. All right. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Let's go to the next
Okay,
one.
this one is my listing. I will say right off the bat, again, this one is free and clear. The seller has told me they would do some financing, but again, they don't want to subordinate to a construction loan. We've closed 2 other deals out here, which is in Peoria, including one right across the street. If you look just south of the ball fields there, that whole thing is going to get demoed, and we sold that. That's 7.48 acres. They're building 200 and some odd units on it. And this one probably, well, it's right next to multifamily. In fact, it's surrounded by multifamily. But Cody Gleason at the city of Peoria says the city would rather you do something else. C-store, retail, maybe industrial, maybe a single tenant user building. You know, you could potentially do multifamily, but it's not their preferred use, but they'd probably approve that. We just lowered this price to $2,025,000, which I think is down around $1,050 or so. There might even still be a little bit of room there, but we're certainly at that price below the comps and certainly below what we just sold, the 2 other deals we just sold within a 200-yard radius of this property. So if you have a developer or a user, you know, please give me a call. We could talk about this.
Fantastic. Thank you much, Neil. If anybody has any questions, please speak up. If not, we'll move on to the next one. Thank you, Neil.
Yeah, put your questions in the chat and we'll try to stay on live here. And then we can go to those questions potentially if we have time, but let's go on.
Yalan. Is Elon on the call? Let me see. Mr. Elon.
There we go. Sorry.
There we go.
Good morning, everyone. So this listing at 108 Second Street has been presented in the past. The difference is that now we've lowered the price to what we deem to be very reasonable. $1,495,000. It's a commercial condo that was previously a restaurant, so it's second generation. Could work for either an owner user or for an investor. And, you know, based on our assessment and underwriting on conservative rents that could be achieved here, you know, this can yield an investor anywhere between a 8 cap to a 10 cap. So motivated seller, price to sell, and if anyone's interested, please reach out.
Perfect, Elon. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Mr. Offsay.
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Caleb, the second
Caleb.
name there. I'm gonna take this one. Good morning, Happy New Year, everybody. This is, you might recognize this from last year. This is 662 Hollywood Boulevard. Good frontage right on the famous Hollywood Boulevard. Trust sale. Being sold by the second generation. It's those 2 units. One of them on the left there in that top right photo is currently occupied by the seller's business. Plan is to close that by close of escrow or shortly thereafter. So deliverable, you know, flexible options for a user to be a landlord on one side and an occupant of the other side, or a landlord on both sides, or they could take the wall down. Lots of flexibility for a variety of potential users or investors. That price there is the same price it was there last time. We are working on a price reduction. If you know anyone who's super interested in Hollywood Boulevard, please bring us offers. Like I said, a price reduction is hopefully coming in the near future.
Perfect. If there's a price reduction, any idea we should be expecting? Or
I don't want to say at this time, but
no problem.
let's just say there's going to be flexibility there.
Sounds good. Excellent. Go move on to the next one.
All right, I'm going to present this one. Good morning, everyone. This is our listing in Shelbyville, Kentucky. It's a dark Rite Aid location. They've got about 2 years and 2 months left on the lease term. They pay roughly $25,000 a month in rent, like clockwork. So you're buying an opportunity, a cash flowing opportunity to do something new with the property here. About 1.99 acres of land. Part of that is a little bit of an offshoot in this green belt behind the store, but about 1.5 acres of usable property here with the Rite Aid and the parking lot. The building's about 14,000 square feet and change, can be chopped up into multiple units. We have gotten inquiries from a number of single tenant retail users, some medical users, to take the building as a sublease, but it doesn't make sense for the current owner to do that. They want to get out, exchange into something that's more long-term stabilized. So a really good opportunity for either a local user or developer to come in and take this over. It's an 8 3/4 cap on the existing income, but a really good opportunity. Co-op fee is 3% on this.
Awesome.
Little back and forth here. Back to me, guys. This is the same trust from the Hollywood Boulevard property. This is a 12-unit apartment building in Bakersfield, Winchester apartment building, older building. This one's a different situation. We had this we had this on the market for a while now. Towards the end of last year, we had about 8 offers in hand. We had selected a buyer from that offer after making a call for highest and best offers, and ended up at that time being over asking. That buyer, unfortunately, we did not end up getting under contract with. We'll call that a difference of personalities in the negotiation of the purchase agreement. So end of last year, we're back on the market. Here we are, we've got 5 offers in hand, some at asking. And so once again, we're doing a call for highest and best offers. I think the attractive nature of this one is it's a low price point per unit. It's an easy entry point for 12 units in Bakersfield. The existing rents are all well below market, and you got 4 existing vacancies and 1 pending eviction. So you've got an immediate runway to take on your upside and start flipping units and controlling the future of the property. But like I said, we're in the midst of a call for highest and best. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, probably end of this week or mid next week, we'll be making some decisions. But anyone interested, easy entry point in multifamily market in Bakersfield. 12 units. I think that's not on there. Yeah. Oh, no, that is on there. Yeah. Let me know if there's any other questions on that.
Perfect. Thank you, Caleb.
I'll take this one as well. The same trust as the Hollywood property and the 12 unit I just spoke about. Now we're in Burbank. This is the intersection of Burbank and Magnolia Boulevard. For the same trust, we sold 2 other properties right adjacent to this one last year. This is what's left over. This is in a really great position of Burbank, just across the bridge to downtown. This is a little under 10,000 square feet. It's like 9,200 square feet, or I'm sorry, 9,500 square feet of currently retail space, street retail. It's got 2 roll-up doors in the back, currently occupied by the same business that owned by the seller, the supply sergeant from the Hollywood property. Also going to be delivered vacant at close of escrow or shortly thereafter, giving us a lot of flexibility on who could be the buyer for this one. There's potential to break this up into 3 retail units if an investor would be interested in turning it into storefronts. It could be a occupant of larger space. Gotten a lot of interest from people who, want to see this be a restaurant or something different nature. There is parking concern. There's only 8 parking spaces in the back, but I've spoken to, land use consultants who are pretty optimistic that Burbank is going to want to see something, more than what's existing here currently. Same price as this was also, we spoke about this a little last year. It's here at the same price, same situation as Hollywood. I suspect we're working on a price reduction on this one as well. We almost had it under contract at about 3.5, just to give you some idea of where we might be heading in the future. But if anyone is interested in Burbank, some, street retail as an investor or a potential occupant, user of the property, please bring us offers. We're ready to go.
Perfect. Thank you, Caleb.
Yep.
All right, this is a new listing. Been on the market about a month, maybe a little less. 7-unit value-add apartment building in the heart of Sherman Oaks. Walking distance to the Sherman Oaks Galleria, Ventura Boulevard, right on Moore Park Street, a block west of Kester, if you're familiar with the San Fernando Valley. We're asking $1,995,000. That's a 4.27 cap rate going in at closing. That does include the finally allowable 4% rent increase on rent stabilized units in the city of LA. That's going to go into effect February 1. We do have 2 vacancies in here in this building. So again, immediate upside to increase rents to market on those 2 units. Really great opportunity to purchase a nice little piece of Sherman Oaks real estate. $1,995,000. There is some flexibility. The owner would prefer to sell it outright. If we got a high enough price and a qualified buyer, she would consider carrying some financing as well.
Excellent. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
All right, I think we have another new person from your firm.
Not
Good morning,
part of
everybody.
our firm.
Oh no, this is
whoops.
oh, you got the wrong you got the wrong brokerage on there.
Uh-oh. We'll get that switched out on the next one. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm with EXP Realty. Oh yeah, these numbers are all up too. Okay, so this is a 5-unit apartment building off of 85th and Avalon in Los Angeles. It's fully occupied, and they're currently, the sellers put about $100,000 renovation into the property. He did a full renovation of 2 of the units, and he did full copper plumbing as well. He did repair about 80% of the roof. Windows are new. The building shows very well. Because it's fully occupied, the rents are below market. So there is some upside potential to raise rents. He hasn't raised rents in the past few years. Looking at 183,000 price per unit, and we're looking at about $292 cost per square foot, which is well below the replacement cost. Market cap is around 10.3%, and market GRM is around 7% on this. And the seller is somewhat flexible with the price. Any other questions? I can go ahead and email further.
Hey guys, if I can jump in here for a second. The only thing correct about this screen is Virender's name and phone number. This is not the information for the property, so please
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm messaging you right now.
Don't worry about it, guys. It's an honest mistake, but it's a 5-unit building. It's a solid bones. It's on Manchester and Avalon on 85th, good part of Los Angeles. The blowback on this deal, guys, has been the rents are so far below market that to get to stabilization is going to take forever, and it's a fair assessment. So this building, the buyer for this, if you have a client who's an aggressive operator, understands LA City rent control, isn't afraid to do cash for keys. Even if you only get 1 out of 5 tenants out on cash for keys, you get a 100 basis point jump in the cap rate. It's a 4 cap on delivery and a 9 cap stabilization. So tons of upside on this if you have the right operator. So that's been the issue. I love the deal. I think there's a comp out there just a few blocks down that just sold for 1.2. That is an inferior building. So if you get these rents up anywhere close to market on 3 or 4 of them, then you got yourself a heck of a deal, and you're going to be loving this deal. So give Virender a call. Remember that name, Virender Kumar. The kid's going to be a rock star. He's my first junior broker that I've had since I left the corporate world of Sperry, and I have high hopes for him. He's going to have more of these to present in the near future, and just give him a holler, and we can give you more information and get you the correct information on the deal as well. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. We'll make sure we send out an email with everybody's OMs and make sure everybody gets a copy of the updated slides. Thank you, guys. Thank you, gentlemen. All right. Next person, Dario.
Morning, everyone. Can you hear me? All good?
Yes, sir. Go for it.
So I just listed this site. It's not on the market yet. It's a 34,000 square foot vacant site on Argyle and Hollywood across the street from the Pantages. Formerly was a church in 2007 that burnt down. So there's some potential historical stuff you got to deal with. It's also in the potential fault zone in Hollywood. Not to say that these things aren't surmountable. It's just, the reason for, I think, the more attractive price point. You can build, depending on which bonus you do, if you use TOC, density bonus, if you go to affordable housing, kind of your options are pretty unlimited, depending on what you think you could get approved and through. It'll be on the market probably next week. Price to sell, commission's 1.5%.
Perfect. Thank you, Dario. If anybody have any
Next
questions,
slide.
yeah. Next slide. Mm-hmm.
So I just listed this site and 2 doors over, 1346, which is the next slide. This was a former single family home that's been demolished. You can either do a double duplex here, 4 units, duplex, whatever you want to do. The current ownership had submitted for affordable housing, but as the laws changed for affordable housing in R1, the process is going to most likely trigger CEQA. So he doesn't want to go through that headache of process that could last up to a year. So we're selling it as is, where is. Price to sell at 1.6 on Fairfax, just below Sunset, on the city of LA side, not the West Hollywood side. So you can use SB9 to do a double duplex. And also we have SBA RUD replacement clearance. So you don't have to have any affordable units. The other property, which is the next slide, you can go to the next slide if you want, which is 2 doors over. It's basically identical, slightly bigger lot, but the same situation. You could do double duplex, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. Next slide. And this is my last one for the day. This is in South LA, vacant corner lot on an alley, zone CM. We're selling this property at $143 per square foot on the dirt, but there's definite flex on the price based on its terms. The site is perfect for an affordable housing project. I've sold several housing projects in South LA for affordable housing all over LA. So this is kind of a good price per square foot on the dirt. You, depending on what size of units you decide to build and how high you decide to go, you can easily that are getting
Dario, you're breaking up a little bit.
lots. So it really just
You're sounding like a little bit of a robot.
it's not, I don't know if it's me or my headset.
Oh, there you go.
How's
Now
that?
you're back. You're back. You're back.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good. So yeah, so it's perfect for affordable housing. We're really the only part of the development industry that's feels like alive and kicking. I've sold in the last few months probably about a dozen sites for affordable housing throughout Los Angeles. So if you're in that space, give me a call.
Perfect. Thank you, Dario.
You got it.
Appreciate it. All right, we'll go on to the next one. Mr. Rubik, you on the line? I think you're on mute. Rubik, you're on mute.
Good morning, everybody. This is Rubik.
Morning, morning.
This is a lot that owner has demolished the existing structure. He entitled it for a project, but it's not effective. So with the new code, you could do 24 affordable units, 100%. Rents are at $4 a square foot on the affordable units. The trick is you do a little bit smaller units and based on the rent. As an example, a single at 400 square foot, the rent is about $1,640, $50, and a one bedroom, 500 square feet. Rent is about $2,000 slightly, so $4 a square foot. And you're not required to do parking. The laws have changed again. Effective January, there's a new rule, law, Assembly Bill 1287, where you can do other options and other, etc. Flexible 1.6 price range. So and there are existing plans, so you can take advantage of a lot of the reports. Price again, 1.5, 1.6 range.
Perfect. Thank you, Rubik. Let's go on to the next slide.
Okay, this is a commercial corner, prime corner, 75, 80,000 cars a day. Used to be a gas station, mechanic shop, used car lot. Our client bought it, I don't know why, to do a multifamily. I see it as a prime commercial corner. We've had a lot of commercial users. The next door apartment, it's a 5-unit. It can be purchased at additional price from the next door neighbor who's very interested to sell as well. Existing is about 13,000 square feet C2, currently entitled for about 31 condominiums. You can do 44 apartments with the same building height and etc. Putting the next door comes to about 18,000 square feet. For the 5 units, the owner wants about 1.5, 1.6. About 300 a unit, 5-unit apartment, and you'll have block to block and massive frontage signage, etc. Again, taking advantage of new rules will add quite a bit of more density and unit count. So price range,
Perfect.
owner wants about just north of 3 million. We've had offers of 3.6, 3.5, 3.8, 3.2, so all over, but short escrow what the seller prefers.
Perfect. Thank you, Rubik. I think you have a couple more.
Okay, this is a corner property again, Alhambra, where 710 ends and dumps all the traffic on and off the Valley Boulevard to Pasadena. It's in the signalized intersection, large frontage. Owner bought it 18,000 square feet, roughly combined. Two individual restaurants, they're combined now, and the corner building is older, can be rehabbed. The owner bought it to do a car wash, and the city didn't approve it, but now they're changing the codes. I see this as both tenants want a long-term lease, and he's kept them all on a month-to-month. It's a prime corner and can be developed into a gas station, service station, fast food with a drive-through. There's an alley in the back. Currently, the two restaurants have about 35 parking stalls. So and both of them want a long-term lease. So somebody can just keep the as-is, renovate the corner, or redevelop it. So multiple uses possible.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Rubik.
This
That
is
one.
an
Yeah,
office-
one more. Yeah, I have more.
This is an
Yeah.
office building on about 2.25 acre land in Pasadena, Upper Hastings Ranch area. Right across the street, GM Design Center is over there for new electric vehicles. Retail apartments down the street, about a few hundred units. Another project is under construction. Advantage on the zoning is you can take this and revert back to the original zoning and do about 104 units with density bonus 155, up to 155 units. And you can do you have to split it to about 4 parcels or 5, and you can do a 3-story, no limitation on the square footage. So you can do 3 stories over 1 level of parking, 4 or 5 different projects, do it in phases. And currently the building is leased about 95-96%. So clip coupons, go through entitlement, prime location in Pasadena. Price range about $12.5 million. Owners have owned it a long time. This is the last asset in the country, want to sell and leave.
Great.
Okay, this is in Compton, corner signalized intersection, surrounded by single family, and behind it, wrapped around it, is a trailer park. Price we've recommended to the owners, they're asking 1.6, but we've recommended $1 million range. A lot of interest, vacant lots, commercial limited zone, close to the airport. Owners are motivated.
Great.
This is in Hollywood East, I call it, right by Kaiser, down the street from Kaiser. Kaiser Hospital is at Sunset. And Edgemont, this is down the street from Edgemont on Fountain. Single lot, objective is a duplex on it. Can add a couple of units in the back or convert the garage to an ADU. Currently generating about 1,600 square feet, $6,300 in rent. Rent is supposed to go another couple of $100 higher. Or you can do it based on zoning, either 8 units by right, 16 units by density bonus, 27 or 8 units, all affordable or even higher, or possibly purchase the next door 6-unit older small apartment and put up about 60 unit as affordable, combining the two together. Rents are skyrocketing across in the area. Kaiser is developing about 1 million square feet project. They've already bought all the land. Presbyterian is expanding another 100,000 square feet. It's just a crazy, very high demand area. When we were leasing this, we had 30 people wanted this duplex as the whole thing, we'll take it all and we'll sublease it ourselves. So we put in the best tenant we could. A family took both duplex, both units. Price about 1.5, 1.6, but again, flexibility.
Awesome. Thank you, Rubik. I think that's do we have one more?
I don't know.
I think we're gonna have to keep going here. I think we're wrapping up here. Keep going, JV.
Do we have Phil Burson to present? Or did he drop already?
I am here on the call. Last minute entry. So in Simi Valley on Tapo Street, I've got a freestanding industrial building. The list price is 5,500,000. The total square footage is 17,631. There's over 14,000 square feet of beautiful warehouse manufacturing space, 2 overhead doors, mezzanine office space over 3,000 square feet, reception area, conference rooms, kitchenette, etc. The lot size is 3/4 of an acre. It's gated. There's parking for over 30 cars. The owner is retiring. She has a vitamin manufacturing business going on. So the building was built in 1985. There were improvements done in 2015, heavy electric, dust filtration system, air compressor, closed wastewater system, etc. So it's a great owner user building, $5.5 million. That's East Simi, which is very close to Chatsworth. It's a great location right off the 118 freeway. And buy side fee on that is 2%.
All right. Thanks,
Perfect.
Phil. I know that Lee Kleinman is on the call. He's a great lender for that property. All right, I'll let you close, Francisco.
No, we got Robert. No, we got Robert here. Sorry, we had a
Oh,
little technical
no, it's
difficulty,
too
but we
late.
got Robert.
Too late, Robert. All right, let's go with Robert.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for taking me last because I had another commitment pitching another property. But anyhow, what we have here is a restaurant. This is an asset sale in Smoke Tree Village in Palm Springs in the south end of Palm Springs. It's an asset sale, and we just crossed over that 1-year mark. So financials will be uploaded onto the website and input into the offering memorandum that now is available online through our site. If anyone is interested in this, we will certainly give you the passcode to get into the site. But anyhow, as I said, this is an asset sale with liquor license, and it's the back end of a shopping center surrounded by other favorite eateries in South Palm Springs. You have Giuseppe's Italian restaurant, Smokin' Burgers, Native Foods, and Pho 553, which is an Asian fusion. This is a 90-seat restaurant. About half the seating is inside and the other half is outside. It does have a 47 liquor license, and it does allow you to full license, and it does allow you to serve outside. This used to be called Smoke and Barbecue, but the owner has gone in and cleaned it up, added some new equipment. So you have walk-in fridge, ice makers, bar fridge, beer on tap system, grease trap that has been cleared and cleaned, mini split units throughout the property. The AC has been serviced, upgraded, and is very well functioning at this point. It does have a misting system for when it's 900 degrees outside in Palm Springs. There's a point of sale system, ADT full security system, Wi-Fi networks, of course, all the furniture and fixtures of the dining room and the flatware and all that dishware, glassware, silverware, all that good stuff. The bathrooms have been renovated. And did I say point of sale system? Oh, yes, I did. It does have a website that is up and running, and it does have an established customer base based on the former restaurant. And
all right, Robert, your 1 minute is up.
Oh, I didn't know I had a minute, but that's it. So $395, buy side 2.5%.
Perfect,
Thank
Robert.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
guys. And right now we appreciate everybody who's joining us in the call. As you can imagine, we got through over 20 listings right now, all in the span of an hour. Thank you everybody who was able to make this happen. And to let you guys know, we have our upcoming next month broker forum, February 21st, and we're having it on Zoom. But again, we want to get your feedback on the location.
Francisco, we're changing it. We're going in person next month. So
there you go.
Get ready to be in person, location to be determined, but yet you can still join us on Zoom as well. Every other
Correct.
month, we're gonna be in person somewhere to network and shake hands like we did the old days. In the olden, you're not old enough, Francisco, to remember the old days.
The good old days.
How about if you
Well,
guys do it at my son's banquet hall, Vertigo Event Venue in Glendale? It's a beautiful banquet hall.
Potentially, we'll get back to you, Mary Kay.
Let me
Thank
know.
you
I
for
can help
that.
you with that, but get you a great price. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
thank you, everybody. Thank you guys so much for attending. And for those of you, we do have, I'm
Thank
not
you,
sure if we
everybody.
have any other updates about education, but we will let you guys know for the next broker forum. We have our new calendar for those of you who are looking to get your CCIM. And yes, we'll make sure. Somebody asked, can you probably download all the listings presented? Yes, we will be. We'll be able to send you a link. We're going to be adding it to our website and having downloadable files. So for those of you who are looking to have additional marketing references for your listings, let us know. Thank you, everybody, for participating and joining the call. And again, looking forward to seeing you guys all in person. Talk to you guys.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your week. Take care.
Thank you.